Hello, my friends. I hope you are doing well. Thank you so much again for joining me. And today we'll be focusing day 13 on all about gratitude. So, an important thing that I just want to say a caveat before we get going is practicing gratitude doesn't mean that stressors don't exist in your life, and it doesn't serve to invalidate your very real feelings. To be clear, you are entitled to those feelings because they are yours and because you feel them. Gratitude is more about, at least for me, being thankful for the things, the people, even if they're really small things and small things that other people do for us. Just remembering those things and those positive aspects of our life, just to appreciate all that we have while still recognizing that there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in all of our lives and things, structures beyond our control that we don't have to be grateful for. We can still rant, we can still complain. For me, it's just finding that balance between ranting and complaining and knowing that my feelings are valid and should be validated, while also appreciating all the blessings and all the wonderful people that I have in my life. So let's come into a child's pose. Grab any equipment that you might need today. I'm going to come into a wider variation with my knees towards either side of the mat. You can take a more narrow position if you know your hips aren't as open this morning or whenever you're practicing. Let's draw the hips towards the heels, the hands forward towards the top of the mat. Just allow the forehead to rest heavy here. If it feels good, you can even bend at the elbows and just reach opposite hand for opposite elbow and rest the forehead to the forearms here. I know for myself sometimes I don't like to bring my forehead down to the mat because it feels weird if I haven't cleaned my mat recently or knowing that my feet touch the mat. So do whatever you feel comfortable with. Maybe even resting your head onto a blanket or a towel, a pillow can help as well with that. Just take a few moments here to check in on yourself. Check in on the way that you're feeling, both emotionally and physically. One of the things I always like to do when I start my practice is noticing those things, those feelings, and connecting it to my breath. So the tendency here, if you're feeling a lot of tension into the body and into the mind, is to compromise your breath in some way. For me, my breath tends to become quite shallow and uneven, really fast-paced. So maybe try to counter that by lengthening the breath, by drawing the breath deeper into the belly, by evening the inhales and the exhales. Just one final little piece before we get moving. Maybe think of someone you're very thankful for, someone who's so special and additive to your life. Maybe dedicate this practice to them. You can tell them afterwards that you did that and give them a compliment, tell them something special, or you can just keep this to yourself. Let's inhale, shift forward for a moment just into a tabletop position, and we'll come right down into our puppy pose. Keeping the knees underneath the hips, the arms extend forward. Again, the forehead can rest down to the ground. One of the things that I love about a gratitude practice is we focus so much into the heart space. So think about melting your heart into the ground. And as we do this, notice where you feel this release into the shoulders. Breathing in through the nose, maybe tapping into your Ujjayi breath as you breathe out through the nose. Let's take one more breath cycle here. No rush. And on your next inhale, let's shift forward into our Sphinx pose. Try to draw the elbows towards the back of the mat. Spread the fingers wide. Reach the tailbone back here. Let's draw the right ear towards the right shoulder, just stretching out the neck. It might feel good to close off the eyes here. Let's bring it back towards center and to the other side right away. Oh, sorry for me. As I bring my left ear to my left shoulder, I have a lot of tension in that area of my neck right now, so it's quite intense. Don't push it if that's you as well. Coming back to center, let's nod the head. Yes, no, up and down. Maybe draw little half circles here. So I know, again, for me, because of the tension into my neck, I don't like to draw full circles with the neck. I just like to keep this smaller. What do you need today? Let's breathe in, shine the heart forward, maybe lift the chest a bit more. Breath out to come down to the belly. Let's start to shift the hands back towards the rib cage. Draw the elbows close in. Let's inhale, come into our baby cobra. Chest stays close to the ground, reach the toes back. Exhale to release. Inhale to come up. Maybe you lift the hands this time. Elbows keep drawing in. Exhale to release. Last time. Inhale, lift the hands, squeeze the seat. Heart space shines forward. Shine that gratitude forward through the heart. Exhale, release the hands down. Let's inhale, shift into our tabletop position. Start to tuck the toes, hover the knees off the ground. So hovering tabletop, just working into the core as we get started. Can you float the right foot off the ground? Inhale. Exhale, release. Can you hover the left foot off the ground? Inhale. Exhale, release. One more inhale here. Try to keep the knees close to the ground. Exhale, lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Let's bend into the left knee, lift the left heel. Try to lengthen the right hamstring as much as possible. Let's switch it to the second side. Bend into the right knee, lift that heel. Extend the left leg back. Let's take this a little faster, bending into one knee at a time. Find any movements that feel good. Maybe shake out the head, nod yes or no. Maybe wiggle out the feet. My creaky floor is especially creaky today. That's funny. And we'll take a few moments just to settle into some stillness. Breathing in, breathing out, maybe get a little bit deeper, shift the hips back. For 2. And 1. Let's inhale, reach the right leg up. For a moment, let's just keep the leg straight, hips squared. Reach tall through that heel. Then start to open the hip, bend the knee. Try to get the knee up towards the sky, heel close in towards the seat. Now you can hold this right here. Or you can shift forward into a plank. Keep the leg where it is. Come onto the blade edge of that left foot. Find your way into a wild thing. Left hand down. Right arm reaches up and over, bicep to ear. Keep reaching that heart space up towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Come back up if you were down into our 3-legged dog. Open the hip, bend the knee. And then draw that knee in towards the chest to the outside of the right leg. Step or right hand, elbow, and then step the foot to the outside of the hand. Keep the back knee lifted, left leg lifted. Draw the hips down. Squeeze the inner thighs together into your low lizard lunge here. Inhale. Exhale. Now start to lift the back leg up. Send the hips up and back into our extended version of this. So legs are a little bit wide, wider than hips distance here. Can you fold a little bit deeper to the inside of that leg? Maybe you can come down to the forearms. Maybe the hands rest on blocks. Keep drawing the right hip back, the left hip forward. Inhale and exhaling here. Inhale, shift back forward into your lizard lunge, and then find your way. Both feet step to the front of the mat, heels and toes out. Take the hands to heart center, Malasana yogic squat. Use your elbows to press the knees wide. Keep squeezing the seat to help you out here. Inhale and exhale. Maybe close the eyes. Press the hands in prayer towards heart center. Let's inhale, come all the way up. Heel toe the feet in to our mountain pose, feet hip distance apart. Let's breathe in, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back. Hold a plank either on the knees or with the knees lifted. Inhale. Exhale, come down, chaturanga to the belly. Breathing in cobra, option to keep the hands lifted. Exhale to release. Finding our way through tabletop position, tucking the toes up and back, downward facing dog. Paddle out the feet. What are you grateful for in this moment? Maybe you feel thankful for something your body's done for you. Even if it's just for the short practice on our mat. Let's inhale, reach the left leg up towards the sky. Hips stay squared, legs stay straight just for a moment. Keep squeezing both seat muscles here. The standing right glute and the left glute. Start to open up the hip, bend the knee, left knee up towards the sky. Can you get that heel close towards the seat? Maybe opening up the hips a little bit more, encouraging if you're staying here in your three-legged dog, both shoulders shining forward. If you want to come into your wild thing, start to shift the shoulders over top of the wrists, almost like a little plank, and then flip your dog wild thing here. Open up the chest, keep squeezing the seat to lift the hips a little bit higher, bicep close to the ears, maybe the gaze comes up to the ceiling, maybe even kind of towards the top of the mat. Inhale. Exhale to shift back into our three-legged dog just for a moment. We'll take one more inhale here when you get there. Exhale, draw the knee in towards the chest and then step it to the outside of the left hand. Keep the back right leg lifted to come into this more active variation of our lizard lunge. Maybe drawing the left knee in towards the left arm. Powerful pose. Even though it's a stretchy one, it does take a lot of strength. Inhale. Exhale, shift the hips back, knowing that the back heel will stay lifted as we strengthen out those legs. Straighten out those legs, pardon me. Now you can encourage the forearms to come closer to the ground, or you can take the hands, forearms to blocks here, just resting the torso to the inside of that front leg. Keep drawing the left hip back here, feeling the stretch in the hamstring of that leg. Let's shift forward as we inhale one more time. Make sure the left toes are towards the left corner of the mat, heel in on the left foot, toes out. Use some momentum to step the back right foot forward into our malasana. Both heels in, both toes out. Squeeze into the seat to press the knees towards the pinky toes and use your arms to help you out there. Now you can hold this here. Maybe you want to take some side stretches. Left arm comes down, right arm sweeps up. Inhale. Exhale back to center. Inhale, second side. Left arm up, right hand down. Coming back to center, and then maybe this time, as you inhale, reaching the left hand down, right arm up, you want to take your bind and hold. Reaching the hands to the back behind you, or maybe using a strap for those hands instead if the fingers are just too far apart. One more breath cycle here. On your next inhale, let's release, taking the hands back to center for a moment, and then taking it to the second side, left arm reaches up. Again, you can take that bind, noticing any cracks in the shoulders. Let the heart shine, let your gratitude shine here. Maybe close the eyes. One more inhale, another exhale. On your inhale, back to center. Hands come down, straighten out the legs, heel toe the feet in, right underneath the hips. Let's breathe in halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands down. We'll step right back into our plank pose this time. And you can send the hips up and back into your downward dog, or you can take that chaturanga, option to come all the way down to the belly. Inhale to your cobra, hands lift. Exhale, release to the belly. Passing through your tabletop position, up and back, downward facing dog. Final downward dog here. Find any movement that you need that serves you. We'll come down onto the knees. Thread the legs through. Find your way into your boat pose. Feet can stay on the ground or the feet can lift. Arms reach forward or hands come behind the thighs. Now you can hold it here. Or maybe you want to reach for the inside of the feet if you feel like your hips are open enough. to open up the legs into this balancing pose. So sometimes, as much as it is about core strength, it's about finding this balance between, engaging the core, this flexibility in the hips, but also finding where you need to balance on the sit bones. There's this kind of special spot you need to find. One more inhale. Exhale, maybe coming back into your boat pose for a moment, and then release the feet down. Let's find our way down to our backs. If you'll be hip distance apart, you should almost be able to touch the fingertips to the heels. Let's press into the feet. Lift one vertebrae off at a time to come into your bridge pose. Maybe interlace the fingers behind the back. Lift the heart, the chest up towards the ceiling. Who are you thankful for? Keep squeezing the glutes here to protect the back. Imagine you're drawing the heels towards the hands. We'll hold for 5 more breaths. Final breath here. Release the hands and take the seat down one vertebrae at a time. Let's draw the knees in towards the chest, forearms come around the shins. Give yourself a nice big hug. Be grateful for yourself. Be thankful for yourself, of course. Giving yourself a hug, some self-love in our practice is so important. In any practice, and especially in a practice that's geared towards gratitude. Maybe just rolling out the spine, giving it a quick massage. Compressing the hips, and then taking this into the opposite direction. Let's extend the left leg long. Keep the right knee in towards the chest. Maybe window shield wiper that leg side to side. And then let's extend the leg up towards the sky. Hamstring stretch. Hand reaches for the back of the thigh, maybe towards the foot. With every inhale, maybe reach a little taller through the heel. And every exhale, draw the leg closer in towards the chest. On your next inhale, release that leg. Opposite knee, left knee comes in towards the chest. Just wrap the fingers around the shin and maybe take that knee side to side, just back and forth here. And when you're ready, you can extend the leg, flex the foot so the toes come down towards your nose. Hands can interlace to the calf or the hamstring, maybe the foot, whatever is within your reach today. And know if you have a block or a tie or a belt or something at home, you can always take it around the leg or around the foot to draw the foot closer in. Inhale to get a little longer through the back of the leg. Really feel the hamstrings lengthen. Exhale, draw those toes towards the nose, just a little bit closer. Maybe starting to close off the eyes as we cool down here. On your next inhale, release. Coming into your Shavasana. Feet to either corner of the mat. Arms are long alongside the body. Just allow the palms to face up. Soak up any gratitude that you've cultivated on your mat today. Taking as much time as you need here, really allow yourself to melt into the mat. And this is almost like a little gift to yourself. It's so easy to skip out on our Shavasana because, we think in our head and our kind of fast-paced culture, we're done moving, so let's just get on with our day. But this is really where you soak up the benefits of your practice. In yoga, we physically move to be able to get into a more sound mind, our more meditative state. So maybe think of this Shavasana as paying tribute to your body, as being grateful for your body and also being grateful for your mind. Just allow everything to soak up the benefits of your practice. I'm so happy that you joined me today, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Namaste.